The CEO who wouldn't bend. Daniel's unstoppable career for CEOs. For complete corporate takeovers, one man kept his executive position through them all. In today's cutthroat business world, where executives get axed during every merger and acquisition, Daniel's story sounds impossible. Yet this ancient administrator achieved what modern business leaders dream about. He became so valuable that even hostile takeovers couldn't displace him. The impossible promotion path. Picture this: you're a young professional, kidnapped from your homeland, forced to work for a foreign corporation that destroyed your country. Everything familiar gone, your family, your network, your advantages stripped away. You're starting at the bottom in a culture that despises you. That was Daniel's beginning. Most people would have survived by keeping their heads down, blending in, compromising just enough to get by. Daniel did the opposite. He set a standard of excellence so high that within years, he wasn't just employed, he was running the entire operation. Daniel 6:3 reveals the secret. Now Daniel so distinguished himself among the administrators and the satraps by his exceptional qualities that the king planned to set him over the whole kingdom. Exceptional qualities. Not political maneuvering, not kissing up to the boss, not backstabbing competitors, pure, undeniable excellence. When the company got acquired for times. Here's where Daniel's story becomes legendary. In the ancient Near East, when kingdoms fell, executives got executed. New regimes brought their own people. Loyalists to the old administration were liabilities. They were eliminated, not promoted. Daniel didn't just survive regime change, he thrived through 4 of them. King Nebuchadnezzar's Babylon, Daniel rose to chief administrator. Belshazzar's brief reign, Daniel remained a trusted counselor. Darius the Mede's takeover, Daniel was appointed one of 3 top administrators. Cyrus the Persian's empire, Daniel continued in high office. Think about that. For completely different leaders, for hostile takeovers, for opportunities for jealous rivals to destroy him. Yet every single new regime looked at Daniel's track record and concluded, we need this man. The investigation that found nothing. Here's where Daniel's story pierces through corporate Christianity's comfortable compromises. His jealous colleagues knew he was getting promoted above them, so they did what threatened executives always do. They investigated. Daniel 6:4-5 records. At this, the administrators and the satraps tried to find grounds for charges against Daniel in his conduct of government affairs, but they were unable to do so. They could find no corruption in him because he was trustworthy and neither corrupt nor negligent. Read that again slowly. They found nothing. No embezzlement, no falsified reports, no sexual harassment, no kickbacks or bribes, no laziness or negligence, no cutting corners, no cooking the books. His enemies conducted a full forensic audit of his entire career and came up empty. His integrity was so airtight that the only angle they could find was his faith. We will never find any basis for charges against this man Daniel unless it has something to do with the law of his God. The 3 times daily discipline. Want to know Daniel's actual secret? While his colleagues networked over drinks, Daniel prayed. While others schemed their way up, Daniel maintained his character. While the competition compromised to gain favor, Daniel's devotion to God made him irreplaceable. 3 times a day he got down on his knees and prayed, giving thanks to his God, just as he had done before. Daniel 6:10. This wasn't religious performance, this was the power source behind his excellence. Daniel understood something most professionals miss: your private devotion determines your public performance. You can't fake integrity under pressure. You can't suddenly become excellent in a crisis. Daniel was exceptional at work because he was first faithful in worship, the career that couldn't be canceled. When Daniel's enemies finally manipulated the king into signing a law that made prayer illegal, Daniel faced the ultimate professional crisis: compromise your faith or lose everything: your position, your reputation, possibly your life. Daniel didn't even hesitate. He went home, opened his windows toward Jerusalem, and prayed exactly as he always had. His enemies caught him, reported him, and had him thrown into a lion's den. Here's what should absolutely wreck our modern calculations about career success. Daniel was willing to lose his job, his influence, and his life rather than compromise his relationship with God for even one day. And what happened? God shut the lions' mouths. The king promoted Daniel even higher. His accusers were destroyed. Daniel's career didn't just survive, it flourished because he refused to bend. The standard that destroys excuses, but I have to compromise to succeed in my industry. Daniel proves that's a lie. He worked in the most corrupt, pagan, cutthroat environment imaginable, and his integrity made him invaluable, not unemployable. But if I'm too religious, I'll get passed over. Daniel prayed publicly 3 times daily and became so essential that for different hostile regimes couldn't afford to lose him. But nobody can be that excellent without burning out. Daniel's excellence flowed from his devotion, not despite it. His private worship sustained his public performance for over 60 years, the pattern for every professional. Daniel's career reveals a truth that threatens comfortable Christianity. God doesn't call you to blend in, He calls you to stand out through excellence and integrity that points to Him. Work so well, they can't find fault. Live so clean, they can't find dirt. Pray so consistently, they can't miss it. Trust so deeply, you can't be shaken. You don't need to compromise character to climb the corporate ladder. In fact, Daniel proved that refusing to compromise is exactly what makes you irreplaceable. The question isn't whether excellence and integrity work. Daniel proved they do. The question is, do you have the conviction to live them out when it costs you something? What would change in your workplace if you adopted Daniel's standard of excellence and integrity? Share your thoughts below.